Yeah, remove that rust. Trying to get as much before you put down the paint. I usually paint all my bolts and screws and stuff just so it look a little bit appealing. This goes on the go-kart seat right here. Put the seat inside of the go-kart. So we're going to move as much as rust as we can. Yeah, a little soft brush. It's like sweeping your kitchen, man. There you go. It's ready for paint. Sometimes I hit it with alcohol. Here we go. Now, I wanted to talk to you about the surface rust. So, when you get it down to where you're taking paint off and if there's rust up under it, you still want to continue to attack that rust. When you attack that rust, there's no way that it can form, I would say, like ripples in it to where these ripples come out like this, because it's not, the paint is not contacted to the metal at that point because you have rust that's growing up under it. So it's eventually going to cause a problem again. Now these seats right here, this comes out of a Yerf dog. So it's a cover that actually goes on top of this seat and it covers up these bars. So you're not going to really have to worry about water penetrating that. But at the same time, if you're going to do it, just do it right, just so you don't have to deal with these problems again. All right, now this process right here, we're just going to, I already have started painting it. So what we're going to do is just kind of grind down everything that you see peeling. And then we're going to hit it with paint again. We're going to hit it with a matte black rust prevention paint. And then after that, we're going to hit it with that gloss Rust-Oleum. So we can get that gloss back in there. As you see, I started doing this side, but we're going to get it back right. So over a period of time, I've been doing this for a while. So it it has got frustrating to where I didn't know what pads I needed, what grit I needed to use. But if sometimes you feel like it's working too hard and it's sanding off the pad too much, because see, now this is smooth, it doesn't even look this like the one that I used with the 80 grit. That one is way more grittier. So the ones that I was using with these, the 80 grit, and it pretty much burns it off really, really fast. So what I do is use these ones because they stick, but at the same time, this is a sticky pad, so it's actually stickers that go on there. So if you get that and it has this on there, boom, there you go. Now you are going to cover up these holes, and these is what sucks in the dust from it. So you don't really use this a lot on there. So what I tend to do, take it by hand. Sometimes it gets a little irritating. You got to get down in there and hit it. But what you're doing is manipulating the rust. So then when you come back over it with the sander, it's not going to cause you as much as problems as you would. See? See that? You see how it's getting down to it? So that's just a little trick. If sometimes, see, look at that. It's opening up so much rust. And there you go. You hit a sander to that, good to go. Then when you get done, you're gonna, after using the brush, as I just showed you, you're gonna go back in here. I've learned not to get mad about little stuff like that because you can always replace these. And you can actually make them bigger, wider. And I had to learn that. That tells you which way it rotates. Yes. Now we're at this process. You see where I've hit and feathered off a lot of stuff that is going to pop out if you don't get a flat surface. So you need to chip this away the best way you can. And what I do is I buy these bristle brushes. They have one that's silver and then they have one that's a bronze. This one is tougher than this one. Then you have your brush, broom, as I call it. So you want to try to get in there and chip as much as you can away. Oh, you see that? All right, you guys, so in the process of doing the seat that goes in the go-kart, we're pretty much done. All I have to do is chip this paint away with, like I told you, the brush that I use, the bristle brushes, and then we're gonna go ahead and hit this, sand it all the way down, smooth as possible, and that's pretty much it. And that's how you're gonna sand down a go-kart seat. Pretty simple.